Is this a blessing? Is this a blessing, Gina? Or are they trying us? What do you think?
I think they're trying us.
I think they might be trying us, but it could possibly be a blessing for some. They have a payment plan for gasoline. All right, all right, all right. No, I'm just playing. Welcome to Wisdom Works channel. I am Wisdom Works, and I am so grateful that you have decided to join us. I want to give a special thank you, as I always do, to my loyal followers who follow my videos, who share them, who leave comments, who always give the videos a thumbs up. I have to say that. And they always have that notification bell on. So I want to say thank you. And I really truly mean this from the bottom of my heart. Thank you so very much. To those who are new to my channel, this is your first time here, or maybe you're visiting again, but you have not clicked that button to subscribe. I urge you, I want to convince you, I want to ask you to subscribe to my channel. Give this video a thumbs up, and please turn on that notification bell so you will never miss a video when I upload them. You will never also miss me going live. So please turn on that notification bell so that we can be on this journey together. I always say this, that this is going to be a quick one, but I truly mean it this time. I had to say truly like 3 times so you'll believe me this time. So listen, Gina's going to help me with this one. So she's sitting in with me. For those who don't know Gina, she's over there laughing. She is my personal assistant. I'm blessed to have her. So she is going to help me with this one. When I say so, hang on in there with me. I want to talk about an article that I had read, and it was speaking about gasoline and how gasoline prices have really skyrocketed up. Anyone who has a vehicle just about know that the gas has really went up, you know, higher than it's ever been. I think, if I'm not mistaken. Is it? Yeah, Jean says, yeah, it's higher than it's ever been. Now, when I read this article, I was blown away. And I'm not exaggerating. I was really blown away. Klarna is allowing their customers to purchase gasoline and repay it in installments. So, why are you laughing, Gina? She thinks it's funny. But this is what they're doing, okay? Now, as far as I know, there are only 2 gasoline companies who are partners or who have partnered with Klarna. And that is Chevron, is it Chevron? And Texaco. Those are the 2. Listen, I am not promoting this. This is not a sponsored video, but if you are one who really feel that you can benefit by this, those are the 2 gas stations right now that are allowing you to take advantage of this opportunity, if you see it as an opportunity. Some may see it as an opportunity because it is making a way for those who are struggling to be able to continue to get to their jobs, to provide for their family, to take care of their family. So I get it. Because it's hard out here for many of us. People are trying to make ends meet. There are many people who have degrees. Some have more than 1 degree. They have went to college. They are working. They have a job. They have a vehicle. And if they don't have a vehicle, they have access to public transportation. So with that being said, there is an enormous amount of student debt, student loans, everyday living expenses, and they are struggling. Many are struggling to keep a roof over their heads, keep a roof over their family heads. Some are dependent on them to survive and to live, and they're struggling. They're under stress. They're struggling to try to make it. So in this case, it could possibly seem like a blessing or be a blessing for them. As I said, I get it because I remember when me and my husband, we were dating, we were younger, than what we are now. We're still young now, you know. And so we were younger. We've been together for over 30 something years. I've been with my husband since I was 18. Trust and believe it has been a beautiful journey. So also, let me kind of fit this in here right here for those that keep sending me messages asking me, am I married? I am married. I'm happily married. You know, I get a lot of questions, and this is not bragging. I am actually honored by this. But I get many asking, am I happily married? I don't know what that really means. The answer to your question is yes. But listen, it really doesn't matter. You know, when you say you're married, you're married. So you're off limits, right? So listen, thank you to those that have been sending those messages. Thank you. But the answer to your question is yes. I am married and happily married. He's a good, wonderful man. But with that said, there was a time when we were dating, and even when we had gotten married, we didn't have any children at the time, and we both were employed. And we both okay, blooper. Okay, Gina's laughing at me. Okay, but we both were working. We were both employed, and we were strapped. I mean, some of you all know what I mean. You can leave a comment. We were strapped, and we were doing right. We were doing right by people, treating people right. It was just a part of life. We had to decide. There were times that we went to McDonald's, and we had to decide whether we were going to get a cheeseburger, not a Big Mac, not a quarter pounder, but a cheeseburger or a small fry. So there were times that we had went half and half. I'll get the cheeseburger, you get the fry. We'll split it in half. Those were hard times for us. And I understand that many may not understand it because maybe you have never experienced that. But I understand. So I can see why this could look or be a blessing for many. So those who feel like you drowning in your bills right now, I've been there. I get it. I may not be drowning in my bills right now, but I'm still at a place where I got to decide which one I'm going to pay on. Okay? I didn't say pay. Which bill, which three I'm going to pay on. So I get it. I understand. So we see each other. We see each other clearly. And we know that it won't always be this way. But this could also seem, you know, as we see it, go back to it, a blessing. It can appear to be a blessing. An Avon representative had given me a sample of some smell good, is what I remember she called it, some smell good. And I remember putting just a dab of it on just before going to church, me and my husband. And when I went to church, I'll never, ever, ever forget this. Never. When I went to church, there was a lady that was part of the ministry that I knew. I didn't know her very well. I was new to the church, and she sat beside me, and she started choking and coughing. And I didn't know what was going on. She immediately looked at me and said, "Do you have on cheap perfume or cologne or something? Do you have on Avon?" And I was like, "Yes." And she told me, she said, "I can't do cheap perfume. I can't do cheap cologne. I can't do cheap smell good. That's just ridiculous. If you can't afford it, then you shouldn't buy those kind of things." Well, this is a whole nother video, but first of all, I didn't purchase it, and I don't see anything wrong with Avon. You know, everyone has their picks and chooses, and I don't think that you should ever down anyone for what they're wearing or what they have, because you don't know their situation. You don't know what they're experiencing, what they're going through. And if you have ever experienced something like that before in your life, then you should have more compassion that you were there at one time and now God has brought you out and you are in a different place. So maybe you may want to go about it in a different way and maybe purchase them something without saying anything to them, because you don't want to discourage anyone or hurt anyone. From that experience, I vowed within myself, and what I vowed to do was never, ever, ever make someone feel like that person made me feel that particular day. Never ever hurt someone in that type of way. So that helped me become the person that I am today. Now, I may not be where I used to be, and I realized that I'm not where I want to be or desire to be, but I'm grateful for where I am today. And with that gratefulness, I keep in mind where God brought me from, and knowing that I can always return there any day. And always remember, keep this in mind before we exactly move completely on. Everyone was not born with a silver spoon in their mouth. So be conscious of that. So if you are one of those people who were born with a silver spoon in your mouth, blessings to you. But don't forget about others. Be conscious of others. Be considerate of others. Be understanding that that is not their story. Your story is not their story. Now, there's another side, Gina. There's another side to this. It can be viewed as a blessing, but it can also be viewed as a trap. If you are in a place where you have to finance your gas, what happens when you can't repay it? When you cannot repay it, that's when the interest charges creep in. They say, hello, I'm here. Welcome to deeper debt. No, all jokes aside, we're laughing, but that really does happen. No, it really does. How many of you all remember when the cash advancements came out? Yeah, she's got her hand up. You can't hear her, but she's got her hand up. Okay, you remember?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
I remember when it came out too as well. And so I remember thinking that this is a blessing. God sent this. This is a miracle. I know He sent this. Thank you, God. You sent this. You gone with your bad self. I was like, that's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. The God I serve. He sent this for me because He knew I needed to pay my bills.
Won't He do it?
I'm telling you. Won't He do it? Fight my battles. I don't know the rest of the words. But He did it, right? But that's what I was thinking. But shortly after thinking that and taking advantage of that opportunity, I realized that when it came time to pay it back in the 2 weeks, when they were going to withdraw from your bank account, then they were taking that plus the interest that I agreed to pay. And by them taking that interest, then that put me deeper in debt. So then I had to return to them and take out another loan, another cash advancement, which then put me even deeper in debt. And many of them, I walked with them. I saw this, even though me and my husband said, okay, no, we got to stop. We have to stop. If this means that we're not going to be able to buy any groceries this week, it has to stop because I see where this is going. But I watched others who could not stop. It would have put them in a bad place. So what they had to do, how many remember closing your bank accounts? Kept closing those bank accounts, opening up newer bank accounts and stuff because you didn't want them to withdraw that money. You couldn't because you needed to pay your rent, your car note. You needed necessary things, food, essentials. So you closed that bank account so that they wouldn't get the money, right? Some then reopened up another bank account and still had to go back and take out another cash advancement, had to close that bank, right? So they wouldn't take it then. So after you do that, what happens? They don't just let it go. So then they begin to garnish you or sue you or make arrangements where you have to pay them with interest. So now you have another issue. You have another problem. So wherefore you saw that as a blessing at that time. I saw it as a blessing. Maybe some didn't. But then I quickly realized that it really wasn't a blessing. That wasn't for me. Now it may have been for some people, but it wasn't for me. Is it a blessing or are they trying you? Ask yourself that. I always say this. Share your view. Share it in the form of a comment below. You are the only one who know your situation, and you're the only one that can make that decision. I want to leave you with this today. Just because it looks like a blessing, it doesn't have to be a blessing. How many times have you thought that people who have entered into your life was a blessing? How many times did you think that they were a blessing? And then later to realize that you feel like they were the worst thing that ever happened to you. You wish you never met them. You know, it cost you so much hurt, so much pain. You realize that they really wasn't a blessing. How many times have you thought that, you know, a job position was a blessing? And you realize it was the worst job you ever had. You wish you never saw those people you met on a job. You wish you never had to deal with them. You don't even, when you see them in the store, you try to run, you try to get away from it. It was the worst position you could have had. But at the time, it looked like a blessing. So I want to leave you with this once again, that just because it may look like a blessing, it doesn't mean that it is a blessing. With that said, think about it, pray about it. Okay, I'm going to try to say it a little bit faster because they say I talk slow. Think about it, pray about it. Okay, so keep that in mind. Continue loving one another. Okay, that's just me feeling good today. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel. Give this video a thumbs up. Share this video with your family and your friends. Turn on your notification bell. Did I say leave a comment? Leave a comment, okay? Leave a comment. Turn on that notification bell. And always, always remember positive vibes. Blessings.